Welcome back, everybody. This is going to be the final edition of Kirby Superstars. And it's been quite a ride, all 9 months it's taken to accomplish this. But it's a good game, it's a glorious game, it's beautiful. It's such a special treat. And now, that Marx kid is just one of my favorite characters. Because, like, I don't play a lot of Kirby games. But to me, like, Marx always stood out as a kid, and the primary reason is for something he's about to do right about now, which is awesome, and it was so cool to me as a little baby boy, which I still essentially am as I play this game. Oh shoot, almost forgot. This one's gonna be an extra long one, and it's a birthday present to a fan who watches these stupid things, who I don't know, I found out her birthday somehow, but it's, I don't know, hope you like it, and if you don't, who cares. But mostly, what's important is that, you know how Kirby's been like a little platformy game, and all that crazy junk. Now, well, the Sun and the Moon are trying to stop Nova, that's super cool, I like that. Well, it's been a platforming game, but now it's a shmup. And what better way to play a shmup than with a schmuck? You can write that one down and keep it in your joke books for years, or throw it away, which I would personally advise. No, I'm really not good at shmups at all. Like, I don't know, this, like, I keep wanting to say, well, it's kind of like Gradius, but that's probably because I can only think of one shmup. I don't know. But I'm not good at this part, much like I'm not good at anything in Kirby. As you have all become quite aware during this tenuous grasp on video game ability, like, this is probably, I don't know if it's fair to say, like, any of you people who've been around for the long haul, watched all this junk, has this been the worst I've ever been at a game? Probably. Most likely, in fact. But that's okay. Like, I don't know, it's still fun. It's a good game. Go play it, go be better than me. Here's a little trick from me to you. You can zip past that first node, I don't know what you call it, I don't care. They're things that go up and down. You can skip this one as well if you prefer, but you obviously can't skip this one that's stationary, and you could also skip this one if you wanted. But, I wouldn't skip that one, same stuff. You can't skip that one very easily, the one I just blew up, because you're starting to go in reverse. And you see, if you had just killed all of these up and down machines, whatever you want to call them, and I like in the background you can see the ones that are broken, and if you were looking earlier you could have seen the ones that were coming around that were not broken. I like that, but you have to go in between them, so I leave the bigger ones open so I don't have to worry about losing a bunch of health. And that's A-okay. Nova is busted his face open. He's not happy about it. He's clearly a little upset. And that's alright. He did just grant the wishes of an evil Jesterman. I'm not going to be a Jesterman with Beam. I'm going to look around and Yo-Yo, Hammer, Ice. Yeah, I like Yo-Yo. I'll stick with Yo-Yo. Yo-Yo has done me well. Yo-Yo has proven quite assistful in this silly little game. I've gotten slightly better at using it, and I should be describing Marx's attacks. He drops these little seeds that turn into spiky vines, and you gotta be careful or else they will grow on you. I think I would always advise shielding, and then he will zip around the floor like that. And arrows, get out of the way, jump, and hover. You want to get behind him or else he might fly into you. I also would be remiss not to mention the great music. I love Marx's theme. It's one of my favorite video game themes. And obviously you want to jump out of the way of that big old mouth laser. And I keep getting hit by the little... I'm not good at... By the way, yeah, run to the side when he does this. When he opens up his face and makes a hole, or else you are in some serious danger. More arrows, get out of the way. I would say Marx is a really cool final boss fight, personally speaking. I think he's pretty nifty. Oh yeah, I should probably also mention, when he shoots those four little cutter things, oh shoot. We're okay, we're okay. That doesn't do that much damage. Okay, but you want to kind of angle him around here. When he shoots those 4 blade-looking things, like he's about to right now, you can swallow one of those to become the cutter power-up if you'd like to. And I feel like I owe all of you watching a debt of gratitude, telling me all how good Suplex was. I'll finish the fight with Suplex, why not? Because it looks cool. And it does look cool. Like, that's undeniable. You just have to be careful about where you're throwing it, because Kirby will let go of those projectiles pretty quick. But with that, we have beaten the wicked Marx. We have stopped him and his dreaded flow of communism. I don't know. That was thought I was going to avoid that one, and I didn't. But you know what? Kirby sleeps, and it's adorable. Look at him. He's the cutest. He's got a little drooly mouth. He's got the nose bubbles. He didn't even have a nose. Oh, no, those are mouth bubbles. I'm sorry. I apologize. But he's still cute. He's still adorable. I love him. Little sweetheart. It's not a very big home, but it's Kirby's home. He's a little guy, too, so it's probably pretty big for him. And the credits have little Kirbys, like, as the job titles. It's cute. It's adorable. I love it. He's a confused programmer. He's frustrated, just like my good friend Isao Takahashi. And I think it's kind of, well, they reused programmer for chief programmer. That, whatever. And designer is a little paintman. Oh, so cute. I love Kirby. If there was a real Kirby and he didn't swallow everything whole and eat all my food, I would give him a big hug and say, "Come here, little roof," and I'd like do like when you put your knuckles to kind of like pet something. I don't know. No, that sounds good. I would just use an open hand. I don't want to pet him with knuckles and probably hurt him. I hope I haven't been hurting all those dogs I was petting. Big missed opportunity though, by the way, sound composer, is they should have put Kirby in a big old like Beethoven wig. Really dropped the ball on that one. And he's wearing a Met hat from Mega Man. I'm kidding, of course. It's a Japanese hat from Japan. And I like this special thanks is just him bowing and offering. There were a few things like that got cut from there were a few things that were changed because they were super Japanese. Mostly just the food, I think. But like they really didn't change a lot of the very Japanese aspects in those little images, because most kids are gonna look at that and be like, "Why is Kirby laying down? I don't get it. It's weird. I don't understand." Most kids that I know talk like 73-year-olds. Now, I don't think Advisor should be in the bowing position. I think that's a strange... I think they just couldn't think of another one to use there. They even did one for Project Manager. You know who cares about the Project Manager? The Project Manager's mother, and that's it. But that is an accurate portrayal of producers. And a moment of silence for Satoru Iwata. Good man. Gotta tell you though, that is a pretty ugly rendition of Kirby. I don't know what that guy's. He's a weird looking dude. Thank you, Nintendo and Hal. But we're not quite done yet. We got a little extra to do. How do I know that? Well, it's not just me assuming. Kirby Superstar is a nice game. It lets me know. There's more. There is a little more. Just a little bit. And it's probably one of my favorite little mini games in this. That's right. It's the arena. Now, how it works is, as it says, you're going to face your strongest enemies, and I'm going to back out on accident for the probably 14th time this entire playthrough. But it's pretty cool. You get your choice of whichever power-up you want, and I'm going to take a little run through the arena, see how it goes. And how it went was not great, to be honest with you. I goofed a little bit, but I'm not going to waste your time. Can you imagine that said, like, 14 instead of 4? That was... that was a really bad run. I cut that. I mean, if people really want to see that, I could post it. It was not good. It went about as bad as you might expect. Oof. Holy macaroni! That it was four bosses. Let me explain something to you. In the arena, you're going to be fighting about 20 bosses, and whatevs. We're fighting Heavy Lobster. That's fine. That's fine. I'm sticking out with Hammer. Hammer's how I started last time. If I were smarter, I probably would have tried starting with something different. But regardless if I lose this time or not, I'm at least going to know that I can lose, know that I can be beat, and I'm just gonna try my best. And even if I lose, whatever, I'll show you. I'll go as far as I can get. Now, as you can see, you were given the option of 2 additional power-ups if you wanted to replace whichever one you had. So you don't have to just stick with the one that you got, and you might have also, I'll bring it up later. This is kind of cool in that it's not just one of the old bosses that you're going to be fighting, but it's actually my old nemesis. You're the one who ended my last run. Somehow. I don't know how I lost to her. It's really absurd to me. Get out of here. But yeah, this is a group of 4 mini-bosses. Oh, man, I hate him. But I think that's nice. Like, that's kind of... I feel like that's a little more interesting than only bosses. Like, there are a couple extra... Oh, man, I didn't think he was gonna stop. And boy, howdy, I stunk this joint up. Yeah, I don't think you're gonna be seeing to the end of... you're gonna be seeing to the end of the arena if this keeps up. Also wanted to notice, you'll see in the sky, there are some Maxim tomatoes. There are 5 of them, so every, I don't know, about 4 bosses, you could essentially take a Maxim tomato. But that doesn't really work out that way, I don't think. If there's one boss that you're particularly bad at, which in my case is all of them, you can then choose to use it, and then just kind of tank through the ones that you're a little better at. I never plan out the Maxim tomato use too much. I just see, hey, do I not have a lot of health? Well, if that's the case, then oh, Jiminy Christmas. Speaking of using a Maxim tomato, I think we're going to be woof. I'm not doing so hot. I thought I was better at Wham Bam Rock than that. Guess what? I was not. Sorry to disappoint you, but you all knew I wasn't good. You knew that coming in. You're gonna know that going out. Yeah, I think it's a safe bet. We're gonna get a Maxim tomato before good old Meta Knight. And here's something I didn't get to show off in the playthrough proper. You can go hang out with Meta Knight, just kind of smack him around a little bit if you want. And he has no hitbox right now. He's stationary. I was gonna try and describe that graphically as well. He's not an active sprite. I have no idea what I'm talking about graphics-wise, so that would be a complete falsehood. Now, you totally could get that, but you don't have to. You can just leave it there. Unfortunately, last time we were running on a time limit, so I was a little more... I was a little less lenient. Oh, man. I am not doing so good. I don't know, like, I usually finish fights with Meta Knight a little faster than this. I don't usually use the hammer power-up, if you can believe that. I'm so used to using bombs and just throwing them from afar, but I feel like that's a little cheap. I'm not going to use bombs in this run-through. Oh, man. I'm a little worried, though. This is going to be a rough one. Okay. Just take it easy, take it easy. You gotta be... Okay, take this guy slow. Slower than that! Go back. No, get out of here! Is there an escape? No. Okay, just careful. Keep your guard up. Don't go in guns a-blazing like that. You're crazy, man! Just be careful. Just don't watch out, Earl. Don't. Okay. We lucked out on that one. That was a run ender and a half. Gotta tell you though, hammer ain't good for Krakow. I ain't using hammer on Krakow. Bonkers. Knock it off. You are being an abject fool. I don't know, man. I wanted to get the beam power up, but Bonkers is just being a real pill right about now. Bonkers, I've had just about enough of this. Go away. Alright. There we go. Got the beam. Got the beam. Beam ain't my favorite, but he's close. He's pretty close. He's... Well, he's pretty close to being good. I mean, he's not close to being my favorite, like, at all. But he gets some distance, and I appreciate, like, any ability that can get some distance for you. I like that a lot. And that was probably the coolest thing in the entire world. Just saying. Whew! That's a good finish. I'm just proud of that. I'm happy that that's how that went down. And a lot of these enemies I'm just gonna kind of blitz through and not worry about like catching the I'm not gonna catch this apple and shoot it, but I probably should because I let the apples overwhelm me like a real whack job. And watch out for that centipede, but we killed him. Who cares? It's fine. Twin Woods ain't so bad. And Bonkers is getting his revenge because we just, you know, refused to let him fight Krakow properly. That's, of course, a lie. I mean, we're just fighting some more mini-bosses. Chef Kawasaki, which I'm almost positive they changed his name in later Kirby games out of copyright infringement worries, but I don't know. That's how little attention I pay to things that I should be paying attention to, like copyrights. Bam! Oh, that was good. And then Bugsy. I actually had I had a good run. I actually had a good arena run, like, before this, and it was actually going really, really good. But then, I didn't realize that I had something on my laptop that's sticky keys or something like that, and I was holding a button too long. I was probably holding the shield too long. It was in the RPG boss fight, and man, I was real happy when that popped up right in front of my recording window and made me look like a real fool. Now, do I want to get this before the combo cannon? I don't know. I might as well. I'm not very good at fighting the combo cannon. I always spend way too much time. I always make sure to get this thing at the bottom. I really don't need to. It's just a quirk of mine that I get rid of this thing first. Again, like, you don't need to at all. I just like to... It makes the fight kind of easier. I mean, naturally, if you're getting rid of a projectile, then... Or, you're getting part of the enemy destroyed, you're naturally going to have an easier time with it. But, I don't know. And I forget which of the bombs you can swallow, but one of them will give you the yo-yo power-up. I think it's the one that the main cannon is shooting. I don't really know why those give you yo-yo. That doesn't make much sense to me. I think it's maybe just because they go in a circle, like they're kind of like rotating like a yo-yo. I don't know. But if you eat the bomb that the hand on a chain drops, then you'll get the bomb power-up. Stop, Kirby. It's not your fault. It's my fault. I'm not kidding. The combo cannon about half down, and I gotta stop being so ribald and just wait for him to either stay right there. Oh, stupid hand. There we go. What else? I don't know. I'm not great at that fight. There's another cannon I'm a little better at. Uh-oh. We just did this, didn't we? We certainly did, but now I'm gonna do it with the sword power-up. Only spoilers, there's absolutely no difference. And this time I'm gonna kind of knock this thing around, because when I go back around, I'll only have to hit it once or twice. But I do really think this is a cool-looking boss fight. That heart in the background. I don't know what Mode 7 is, but that's gotta be Mode 7. I mean, come on, it looks cool. Look at it. Someday I'll understand what Mode 7 is. Just you wait. You'll know your little boy succeeded, because he knows Super Nintendo jargon. And something also kind of interesting is, like, even if you touch these little... The broken pieces of the platforms that these things are going up and down, doesn't matter, it doesn't hurt you. The only thing that's going to hurt you is if you run right into them, which is, again, why I don't break one earlier than go right... Who cares? And I really lucked out when I decided to pick up Sword, because I didn't realize Dynablade was coming up. And Sword is super handy for Dynablade, and Beam, not so great. But I still not too good. Again, like, I'm probably not going to be clearing this, because, as you've noticed, I ain't doing no speedrun WRs, no Kirby Superstar. No sir, no ma'am. I'll do my best, regardless, and try my hardest. I'm really surprised that those didn't hit me. Those mouth blasts probably should have knocked my socks off. Shucks. Watch out, watch out! Good block, good block. I probably could have jumped in the air, but I chose not to. That was my choice. Nobody can tell me otherwise. Oh, good. Big, stupid chameleon monster. Let's go back to Yo-Yo. I just like Yo-Yo. I've been digging Yo-Yo since the day I was born. That's a lie. I kind of liked it when I was a kid, but now I'm digging it. Watch out. Don't let the Gamelio... That's gotta be a mistranslation. It can't actually have meant whoops. Gameleon. That seems incorrect. Oh, whoa, man. I should have either eaten that paint... Which, for all you kids listening out there, eat lots of paint. I'm sure your parents... Kids are watching this one. Whew. Okay. I'm gonna actually eat a Maxim tomato. That I was really... Which is a good time to eat a Maxim tomato, because I'm bad at Fatty Whale. But, you know... I'm... Whatever. Like, there's only 7 left. I got 2 Maxim tomatoes. I might make this. Maybe. Fingers crossed. Don't anticipate anything. But I don't know, I'm pretty crummy at Fatty Whale. He's not a super hard boss, but like he's just big and like attacks like that kind of throw me for a loop because I get nervous that I can't escape from him. I know I can. I meant to dash, but I goofed it. I only hit right once and not twice. My fault entirely. I apologize to those of you who think, God, you know, this guy is good at games, because I'm not. I'm absolutely not. I'm terrible at this game. And in all honesty, for those of you who, for some reason, watched to this point, have I gotten any better? Man, I should have asked that at literally any other time. Okay, let me ask now. Have I gotten a little better at this? Maybe? Like, I know you can, like, blitz through, but he's too big to do the blitz through, and some enemies just are not shaped to do the attacks I like to do, like that. Hey, check it out, we're doing the computer boss fight. This one was always one of the hardest for me as a little guy. But I'm beating it now as an adult instead of doing something more, I don't know, good with my time, but who cares? Man, that did some whopping damage. That witch's fire ain't nothing. Ain't nothing to know Yo-Yo Curbman. I like him though. He's got a little cap on to show all the executives that nobody can mess with him. He's a 90s guy. He's Kirby, and he does not have to take any of your guff, Grandpa. The Evil Knight. I don't know how an Evil Knight has an ice spell. He's really mixing up his class here. Like, if you're a knight, you don't emphasize magic. Like, that's why he's so pathetic. That's why you're never gonna be good enough to be a final boss, Evil Knight. Because you're just mixing it up. The dragon, he's got stuff figured out. He knows who he is. He's a beast. He's a monster. He has done careful calculations on where he can put his stat boosts. He can put them in just general attacks, he can do magic, and he can do... Look at this fire! Like, that's so much better than the knight. Like, everybody knows it, and it's embarrassing that he's still trying to look so cool. And he can even do this defense move, he can retreat. That sounds like a weird translation error. Like, that... I don't think retreat is a good word for that. Anybody who's better at words than me, which is most of you, as you can probably tell with your earbuds. Like, what would be... Because defend, I guess, but maybe... I guess what I'm asking for is somebody who has played the Japanese Kirby. I'm not getting cut, am I kidding? Somebody who's played the Japanese Kirby, like, can you tell me what the more... What an accurate translation for that treats is? I don't know, who cares? You know what? Nobody has played the Japanese Kirby. And I'm not, you know, I'm not gonna worry about breaking that from down there. I'm gonna break it from up here, though. That's pretty dope. But no, anyone who's played the Japanese Kirby... No, I mean, none of you have, let's just be honest with you. Yeah, maybe some of you Japanese? If you have, tell me what the Japanese word is, and then tell me what it means, because I don't actually speak Japanese. But that'd be pretty neat to me. Watch out. Get up there. Get up there. This is the I call this a cannon. I don't know why I call this a cannon. It's not really a cannon. But that's the cannon that I do really well with. Surprise, surprise, it's an easy boss. That's why I do so well with it. But there's tough bosses on the way, like Lololo and Lalala. Not actually tough. But if they were tough, you could bet I'd be the first to complain about it, because I stink at video games. But, man, I wanted to do that moving up and down yo-yo move on one of these clowns. And I do appreciate that Lololo and Lalala will bring a Gordo out. I think that's funny. I think that's cute. Come on, do it, do it, do it! Oh, why didn't that kill her? That would have been the coolest. It's because I bounced against the ceiling, I guess. I didn't take any damage there. Uh-oh, it's a real trickster. It's Wispy Woods. Yeah, originally I was gonna do a thing where I would get every single time that I would beat a boss and it offered me a power-up, I would take one of the 2 power-ups. As soon as I died the first time, after beating 4 of them, I just figured, you know what? I'm gonna go for broke. I'm going to use power-ups that I'm kind of good with. And this is pretty dope. You get to hit him like 3 times, but it doesn't do that much damage to him. Like it's clear. Like it seems like somebody playtested this game and made sure to prevent you from being able to win too easily. And by that I mean like wins simplistically, because this is an easy game. So winning too easily, not really that much of a concern. And I'm gonna take a Maxim Tomato because after I beat DDD, I mean, I'm already gonna have one that I can take, so why not? I'm kinda happy how I partitioned those off. I mean, granted, you know what? There are people who don't use one, because they're good at this game. And there's a little secret from me to you. I'm gonna eat them all. I don't care what anybody says. I'll eat them whenever I want to. You can't stop me. I will do as I choose to be bad at this. Like that. I could have moved, instead I didn't, because I was like, I want to do the up and down. And I did the up and down, and no one can tell me otherwise. Wow. That's what I like. I did it. Nobody can stop me. I could use hammer. Will I use hammer? I don't know. I'm gonna use yo-yo again. Or am I? I ain't gonna use yo-yo again, man. Forget that. You know why? Because I am gonna beat this as a Kirby. A little Kirby man. A Kirby man all his own. I will swallow Marx's attacks that I can swallow and spit him right back in his stupid clown face. And no one can tell me otherwise. This is me shirking my responsibilities and saying, no longer will I be shackled by the cursed bomb. I will no longer only dedicate my time to yo-yos and hammers. I will miss attacks instead. Instead of... By the way, there's only 2 attacks you can actually, like, spit back at Marx. It's those cutters and that ice thing. But I swallowed 2 of the cutters, so that did a nice chunk of damage. Was it kind of cheap to swallow the yo-yo hat and spit that at him? Maybe I got... It's just... Look, it's cutting down on time, because I know how to fight Marx pretty well. By pretty well, I mean, like pretty's in quotation marks. Like, tolerably? Like, better than someone who's never played the game before? I'm not terrible at fighting Marx. Now, I'm gonna wait this time, so... There we go. We actually get a chance to hit him with that ice. And... Oh, man, I don't know why I thought he was gonna do something else. I thought he was gonna do the cutters pretty early. But nope, I made sure to get hit by those too. No, he follows a really set pattern, as I'm kind of figuring out as I play this again. And... Woof! Stay out of that, Kirby. That is a... That throws you, like, through a minefield. I kind of wanted to show it off, but not really, because it does so much damage. Didn't want to risk it, and I'm actually doing pretty okay. Like, I might actually beat Marx. Who am I kidding? I beat Marx. If I had gotten all this way and, like, lost Marx, I don't know if I actually... Well, I mean, you would have heard me start crying. And, I mean, this is supposed to be, like... This is supposed to be fun for everyone. Would it have been fun for everyone if I started crying? Well, realistically, yes. People probably would have laughed. or they would have been really uncomfortable. Let me know which you would have been. Would you have found it quite amusing to hear a grown man crying because he lost a game that is the most children's of children's games? Or would you have thought it amusing? Or, wait, was that the optional game? No, or would you have been bummed out? Which I personally, like, I don't know, people, like, probably think, oh, that would have been so epic and random and 90s and whatever. But there are probably people who would have thought it was really funny if somebody lost a game and started crying. If that had happened and I was watching it, I would have been so uncomfortable I would have turned it off. Because that's the saddest thing in the world. Because you shouldn't be sad. When I was a little boy, like, and that's a gross sentence. Why did I think that was gonna hit him? That clearly wasn't gonna hit him. Whatever. He's doing that thing. When I was a little boy, which is still a gross sentence, I cried when I lost games. I remember when I was playing the first Super Mario Bros. I couldn't get through, like, a maze or something, and I was, like, crying. That's embarrassing. I don't know why I offered that. Nobody needs to know that. I wish I didn't know that. But now you get to know it. Now I'm not crying, even though I am still bad at games. But I can at least kind of beat them. I don't know, dog. So, what I'm saying is, Marx is done for. I did it, I beat the arena, I'm proud of myself. I'm proud of Kirby. He really did his best. That took 15 minutes. That should not take 15 minutes. Is that a good time? Okay, you people who are... Okay, Frontier Jazz, I know you're good at this game, but don't... Like, I know you're good at this game. Is that an okay time to finish with? Because, like, I don't really care, like, what's a good time. Because I know that's not a good time. There's no way that's a good time. Is that a decent time? There we go. Because I don't need to be bummed out by, like, thinking, oh boy, I finished in good time. No, you didn't. Stink. Now, I don't know, you unlock, by the way, this is way better than my idea of a Beethoven wing. That's the little the composer jacket. It's the cutest thing. I want to just hug Kirby all over. But this is my favorite song. Figured I'd end on it. It's cool that they unlocked the sound test for a game with such dope music. But that's Kirby for you, everybody. Happy birthday. That someone, if you want to admit who you are, I don't care. You can, you don't have to. But this is a little extra longer for you. Thank you for being on board. Thank you, everybody, and I'll see you later.